Elfie, can you wave? Good bird. Wave. Good bird. Alright, so the first step in teaching your parrot wave is to gently touch its foot. Once you have your treat and your clicker, Elfie's going crazy because he knows what to do. So then what we would do to get him started on this is we would just gently touch the foot, and you see how naturally when I touch the foot here, Elfie already wants to pick it up. That's a great way to start pairing wave. So first you would make sure that your parrot does this. Perfect. And then what you want to do from there is you would go touch, wave, click with the clicker, and then treat. So Elfie already knows this trick. He's sharp. So when you're first getting started, it would be a lot of, when I started with Elfie, I would just wave, and then I would give him a treat. And over time, basically these repetitions, he quickly learned when I said the word wave and I went like this, and then I clicked, he would get a treat. So again, wave is one of the simplest tricks you can teach. Touch that foot. Wave. Treat. And if you don't have a clicker right now, that's no problem. You can still do it. You would just touch that foot, and then go wave. So touch the foot. When your parrot picks it up, wave. So eventually these repetitions are going to teach your parrot, oh, this wave, the verbal and the visual cue, is going to get me a reward. What's going on, guys? Alan here with Parrots&Co, and I have my little Senegal parrot Elfie with me, and in this quick video we're going to talk about how to teach your parrot the wave trick. By the way, guys, check out this new shirt I just got. Love hurts with the Senegal parrot. Isn't that the truth? So the wave trick is an awesome trick that you can teach your parrot, and it's a great way to just, have some quality time with your parrot, entertain your friends or guests when they're there, and just something cool to work on with your parrot. Part of owning a parrot is that they're super intelligent, animals, and at the end of the day, we can use tricks and training them to do different exercises, behaviors on cue as a way to spend quality time with our parrots, and it's also a good way for your parrots to earn treats and really just kind of build a bond with you over time. A lot of parrot owners I speak with, they're like, hey, my parrot only likes me, or it's really aggressive, or it bites. Well, part of reducing that natural aggression, because parrots aren't domesticated, is to really work on taming your parrot and spending quality time with them as opposed to quantity and just leaving them outside the cage. And this is a good way for parrots to exercise themselves mentally when they're learning how to do tricks, but at the same time, you can work on taming, reducing aggression, and getting your parrot used to socializing with different people so that it doesn't become a one-person bird. A good way to start doing that is going to be through exercise and learning how to do tricks. So with the wave trick, the wave trick is one of the simplest tricks that you can possibly teach your parrot. It is something that I taught Elfie how to do in a matter of days, but there's a few things that you're going to want to make sure that are checked off on the list before you start implementing and trying to teach your parrot wave. Number one, you're going to want to make sure that you have a scheduled feeding for your parrot. So if your parrot has access to food all day, every day, 24 hours, then the reality is that your parrot's probably not going to be very motivated to earn treats from you. So you want to technically feed your parrot in the morning for breakfast, and then you can time your training sessions so that it's either before breakfast or before the second feeding in the afternoon. So anytime before breakfast or before the evening feeding, afternoon feeding is going to be a good time to practice these tricks. Also, the quality of food that you're feeding it. If you're feeding your parrot snacks, it's got access to fruit, it's got access to seeds, almonds, all these different treats, the reality is it's not going to be motivated to want to earn a treat from you when you ask it to do a certain command or behavior, because it's always got access to junk food. It's like if I told you, hey, Joe or Susie, would you like to get some ice cream, but you have a ice cream tub in the freezer of Ben and Jerry's, and I say, hey, if you mow the lawn, can I'll give you some more Ben and Jerry's. And you're gonna be like, I already have some Ben and Jerry's. Why would I want more? It's easy there, and I don't have to do anything for it. So same mindset, same philosophy with your parrot and when you're training it. So with that being said, once we got the quality of food checked down, the timing, and your parrot is on a scheduled feeding, then you are ready to learn how to implement the wave trick. And the wave trick, the way that I would typically recommend you teach your parrot tricks is to have a visual cue, so a hand motion, and a verbal cue, which would be wave. So when you pair them together and you're teaching your parrot and you go wave, your parrot learns, oh, this means this trick and I get a treat for that. And the verbal cue also means I get a trick for that. So it basically learns how to pair visual or verbal cues to the command that you want. And that's basically it, right? That's the philosophy behind it. So you are going to need a couple things when you are training your parrot. Number one, you're going to want to find the proper treat that your parrot likes. And if you haven't figured out what treat your parrot's going to like, I typically go with almonds, always organic, always raw, never roasted, salted, any of that, by the way. I always go with almonds, cashews, pine nuts, macadamia nuts, and Brazilian nuts are Elfie's favorites. When you're teaching a new behavior, you're going to want to pick your parrot's favorite treat. Give him small pieces so that it doesn't get full. Elfie really likes almonds, so if I'm teaching him a brand new behavior, then I'll use almonds because he's going to be really motivated to get those almonds. And if you haven't checked out the video on choosing your parrot's treats for productive training sessions, you can actually check that out in the channel. If you browse through and you look for choosing parrot treats, you're going to find that video. So I walk you through there step by step on how to choose what treats to give your parrot. So anyway, with that being said, we have the right treat selection, we're timing it right, and then the third component is we're going to need a clicker. So here we have a clicker, and basically all the clicker is it makes a sound like this that's easily recognizable to your parrot, and your parrot learns, oh, if I perform a behavior, I'm going to hear this sound, and it's going to mean that I did the trick correctly and a reward is coming. So basically think of it as a bridge to your parrot, letting him know that he did the right behavior when he hears that sound because it's unmistakable. And then from there, a reward is coming. So then if I were to go, Elfie, wave, and then he hears that click, he's gonna get a treat. So he's waiting for his treat. I'm actually gonna go get it because he's not gonna be happy if he doesn't. So now you see that Elfie got his treat. He's super excited. He's like, woohoo, I did the correct command. That's what you're gonna wanna do. So in the beginning, if you can't juggle the clicker and the treat and everything, don't worry about the clicker. If you don't have one, just use the treat, and when the parrot does the behavior you want, you give him the treat. So here is how the wave trick works. So the easiest way to teach wave to your parrot is to touch its foot lightly and then pair the verbal and visual cue wave. So you would touch your parrot's foot. When that foot goes up, you instantly go wave, click, and give a reward. If you don't have a clicker, don't worry about it. You're just giving that treat. Touch foot, foot goes up naturally, then you instantly say wave or wave, reward. And you basically gonna want to keep repeating this until your parrot figures out when you go like this without you touching its foot, he is going to get a reward for that behavior. So that's exactly how I did it with Elfie. I would just touch his foot, and then I would go wave, and then his foot would go up, and eventually Elfie learned, oh, when I hear wave, I click, I hear the click, and I get a reward. And you basically want to keep repeating this until your parrot figures it out, and parrots are pretty intelligent. He's going to figure it out, he or she's going to figure it out pretty quickly. You just want to keep repeating this exercise every I would say every day, once a day, at least minimum 3 to 4 days a week. If you have more time, then I would do about 5 days and kind of go from there. And basically, it's going to give a consistency and repetition for your parrot doing it. And then as your parrot gets better, eventually it's going to learn, oh, when I just see wave and I hear that verbal and visual cue, I'm going to get a treat for it. And then eventually you would stop touching the foot and going wave, and your parrot's just going to learn, oh, I can just do this on my own. I don't need to have somebody touch my foot, and it's gonna learn. So this is a pretty simple trick. I know I kind of went in detail explaining it, but these are some of the tips that helped me beforehand to improve my training sessions with my parrot. And once your parrot learns how to do its first trick, it's gonna be a lot easier for it to learn how to do many more tricks. So that's basically it for this quick video, guys. Thank you for checking out this quick training. And I will say on top of that, don't forget to check out the Parrot Chop formula download in the description section below, where I walk you through the basically how-to guide on feeding your parrot, creating healthy food for it, including chop, and how to motivate your parrot to train. Check that out in the description section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.